All right. Week 14 is come and gone, and out of 14 games, I went 8-6. So I'm sitting at 129, 78, and that one. Here we go. Uh, this one was a little interesting because the Steelers are getting beat. But I've been saying this for a few weeks now. The Vikings just don't know how to close games. Like that first interception Kirk Cousins had. Why are you throwing the ball? Run. Just run. That's all you got to do. Run the ball. But, Vikings had to make it interesting. So, am I upset that I didn't get this? Not really. Because it's the Steelers. I just figured the Steelers have to be better off. I didn't think they would be that bad at the start. I kind of was getting a little upset when they were announcers talking about, that Ravens game must have taken it out of them. And I'm like, don't blame the Ravens for this. Anyway, moving on from that. Lamar got hurt, but we almost came back. Just needed to get just a little bit more aggressive on offense. But we Ravens fans been saying stuff about our offensive coordinator for literally years. Just needed to get into field goal range. Justin Tucker would have made that. We would have won. That would have been the most impressive comeback we had this year. But we lost. So moving on. Titans, of course, going to beat the Jags. And I just found out that their coach, he's gone. Ugh. The Chiefs destroyed the Raiders. Yeah. I wish I could say I saw that coming, but based off the last time they played them, yeah. And then they stood on their logo. Come on, you have no business standing on another team's logo if you can't back it up. And why are you standing on another team's logo when they just destroyed you earlier in the season? Dumbasses. The Saints beat the Jets. Don't really care. I knew the Jets weren't going to get it. I mean, Taysom Hill, he has Alvin Kamara back. You're good. Washington lost to the Cowboys. Now, this one, they almost came back, but injuries got to them during the game. And the Cowboys won this because they were just inches away from that fumble being called down by contact. But I really think that because a quarterback is falling down, he's in the motion to throw. Just because the ball goes up doesn't mean it didn't go forward. Mind you, again, he's falling to the ground. But Cowboys get away with one. And that defense bailed him out. Because that offense wasn't doing anything. I don't know what's going on with this. The Falcons almost choked it. No, not really. I thought the Panthers would be better off, but that was not the case. The Seahawks beat the Texans. Yeah, Russell Wilson seems to be back to normal. But it's the Texans, so... honestly, I should have come back to this one and changed it because the Broncos were playing with... it's like a storybook. It was like a storybook game. I thought the Lions would be better off, but... Nah, the Broncos had... Rest in peace to their receiver. I forgot his name. I didn't know his initials were DT. But yeah. They weren't going to win. The Lions weren't going to win that one. The Chargers beat the Giants. That's good. Let's see if they can do something later tonight. The 49ers beat the Bengals in an impressive overtime victory. And speaking of that, it's so funny that the Ravens are still first in the division despite all the injuries the team has. People are making jokes about the AFC North. I'm more making jokes at the Bengals. This is your division this year. This is it. Since you beat us the first time. But they don't want to get it. So the Ravens are still hanging around. The Buccaneers beat the Bills. The Bills almost came back and won this one. But you can't get into a hole against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Oh, no, it's Tom Brady. You can't. Do I think the Bills should have won this game? No, not really. Even with the whole no calls and all and bad penalties and everything, the Bills dug themselves into a hole in the first place. The Packers beat the Bears, although the Bears almost should have got this game. This is like the Steelers game a few weeks ago. But you just got some bad officiating, man. He went out, when they Packers muffed the punt, the Bears recovered, but then that penalty was called saying he went out of bounds. He came back in within like almost 5 yards, he went out. I can understand if he ran up the field, but if you are already running forward and you go out of bounds, he came back. So I think the Bears got, I don't know, but I'll take the pick, but I just don't like it. This one, it was a division game, so it could go either way. So I'm okay with that. But other than that, 8-6 out of 14 games, I went 8-6. So week 15. Tonight we got the Chiefs and the Chargers. Now, the Chiefs are on a win streak, but when you look at who they have played twice against the Raiders, I think 3 games against the NFC East, and once to the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. But they're not really showing up offensively. That's the defense doing something. I should pick the Chiefs on this one, but I got the Chargers. If the Chiefs win, they win. But I think the Chargers, if they just, play their game and actually not mess up, I think they got this. Hold on a second. Yeah, I had to make sure if Austin Eckler was, good to go. They said he's expected to play, so I'm gonna go to the Chargers. Now this one, this is the first Saturday game. The Browns have a lot of their players out due to COVID. Honestly speaking, I think I should be able to come back and switch if I want to on this one because I don't know. I honestly don't know. The Raven in me wants to pick the Raiders, seeing how so many of their players are out, but it's still the Raiders. This is the team that couldn't just end the game against the Jets last year. Or was it the Dolphins? Either one. But the Browns played all right when they played the Broncos when they were out a few players. But the Broncos, I think, are a better team than the Raiders. Because they don't collapse like the Raiders do. Case Keenum will be playing. I think he's better off, so I'll pick the Browns on this one. The Patriots and the Colts. I don't know. Is Carson Wentz good to go? Yeah, I think so. I got the pick because Mac Jones is the better of the 5 rookie quarterbacks, and that game against the Bills in that high wind condition, he only threw 3 times and all that, but it's bad luck to vote against Belichick. So I'm picking the Patriots. The Bills and the Panthers. The Bills should have this one. They should. They should have this one. Even if Josh Allen's not playing, though, because he does have that foot injury, but he's day to day. I'm still picking the Bills. The Jets and the Dolphins. The Dolphins have been impressive over the past month and so. So I got the Dolphins on this one. Washington and the Eagles, they're missing a couple players, but I think the Eagles should be better off. So I got the Eagles on this one. I kind of hope Washington would have won last week. They came close, but I got the Eagles on this one. Even with DeAndre Hopkins out for the season, the Cardinals got this one against the Lions. If they were to lose to the Lions after the season they've had, then they deserve all the disrespect. Yeah, the Vikings lost, but that's the division. Yeah, the Steelers tied with them, that's the Steelers. They don't know how to do their thing. So I got the Cardinals. The Cowboys and the Giants. I got the Cowboys because the Giants are the Giants. They can't get anything going. I got Tennessee over the Titans because Tennessee seems to be better off. They can run the ball better than the Steelers, and Tannehill can do his thing. The Texans and the Jags. The Jags are going to have a temporary new head coach. Honestly, this is just a freaking tank ball. I don't really care. Eeny, meeny, miny Texans. The Bengals and the Broncos. The Bengals, I think, should get this game. The Broncos defense did do their thing, but it was the Lions. The Bengals should have this game. And with this game, they should also get the division. But we'll see. If they lose to the Broncos, who knows? The 49ers over the Falcons. I'm just going to go with that one. I had picked the Ravens to beat the Packers, but with the way this team has been going, I'm just going to have to go against us on this one. Even if Lamar plays or not, our secondary is still weak to the pass, and Aaron Rodgers will tear that up. So, yeah, I got the Packers over the Ravens on that. Then we got the Seahawks and the Rams. Yeah, the Seahawks are looking better, but again, it was Texans. The Rams were able to do their thing without a few of their starters at the last second, so I got the Rams. The Saints were the Buccaneers. That's the Buccaneers all day. Taysom Hill, he's not long term, but unless they get something going with combo Kamara and Hill, who knows? The Bears and the Vikings. The way the Vikings have been not finishing their games, I'm picking the Bears. I'm picking the Bears because they did their thing against the Vikings. I mean the Packers. The Vikings let the Steelers almost come back and win. You can't do that. They've had way too many games where they had the win and then they just let the other team come back, or they lost by last. I don't know, but I got the Bears on this one. And my point spread, I'm just gonna say 35. And yeah, whatever. I don't care. So those are my picks. I think everyone's back, so it's all 16 games from here on out. No more bye weeks. And I am locked in. Yeah, I'm locked in. I don't care. Yeah. This one, I think I should have a mulligan on. I'm still picking the Browns, but it depends on if they don't come back. If some players don't come back by the time this game goes off, we'll find out next video if I changed or not. But I'm picking the Browns on that one, and that's it. All right, I'm locked in.